We are
What's up?
live. Happy Friday. Welcome to another edition of
What's
Adobe
up?
Live Education Edition. My name is Jesse Lubinsky. I am a principal evangelist with the education team here at Adobe, and I am joined by my good friend and colleague. We are live. You happy. That's not me this time.
What's up?
Education Edition. My name is Jesse Lubinsky. I am a principal evangelist with the education team. Which one of us here at Adobe? And I am joined by my good friend and colleague. We are live. You happy. That's not me.
I don't know what's going. I don't know what's going on.
Education Edition. We're back.
We're back.
I tried to blame Claudio. It was me. So my name is Jesse Levinsky. I am principal evangelist here at the Adobe for Education team, and I am joined by the legend. You may know him from such YouTube videos as Epic Mountain Bike Fails and Adobe Express for Beginners. It's Claudio Zavala Jr.
What's up? What's up, everybody? The Epic Mountain Bike. I love that. That was fantastic. Love the introduction. When you said, like, I'm going to introduce you, I was like, okay, what am I going to get this? Oh, I love it. That's fantastic. Hey, everybody. So good to see you. Thanks again, Jesse, education evangelist. I'm based out of Texas, and we're always excited to be here every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time here with the education edition, like you were saying, Jesse. So super excited to be here.
And even beyond the education edition, I feel like I always have to start off by saying this. There's so much that goes on this channel beyond the Adobe Live Education. Like and subscribe, smash that button. If you are in YouTube right now, make sure you are
hit that button.
Clicking all of it. Like, subscribe, throw your comments in the chat. But today, Claudio, we're talking about something that, and I've seen this guy, Claudio Zavala, present on this many times. But, you know, personal branding is something that's really interesting, right?
Yeah.
Because when we talk about personal branding, I think sometimes people have not a full picture of what that means, right? Sometimes people think that means a logo, but it's more than that. And so today we're going to be diving into how do you create your own personal brand using Adobe Express.
100%. Yeah. And it's like, you know, you may get caught up on, like, I don't have the, you know, like the logo, like you were saying, but it's like how people know who you are. Like when they scroll through, it's like, oh, that's, you know, like I'm gonna give a shout out to Lucas, Lucas O'Keefe. He's like one of the great, you know, when I see his post, I know he's up there.
If
like,
you are not following Lucas O'Keefe, you really need to.
You need to. It's like
our team learns from him constantly. He's an amazing content creator. Yep. And by the way, shout out to all the people joining us from the chat. We got Tim Cosgrove here. We have our new teammate Andy here.
Andy's there, yes.
Him next week. Bunch of people here. If you're here, let us know where you're coming from. Drop it in the chat.
Yes, absolutely. And so so we're with that said, you know, in talking about like the branding, so we'll talk about like how you can share your story in different ways, how you can share your like who you are, what you do. But we'll walk through like building a logo. We're gonna talk about like a brand, personal brand one pagers, and you know where people see you a lot. Like LinkedIn is a you know a place like how to build a banner. Like we'll also dive into like taking a headshot. This is one of the cool things that I've done recently, Jesse. Was like I have a photo, and then using Firefly to manipulate it, and so it's a pretty neat thing. You know. Jesse, like business cards. Like I think if we go back to when we started this role, we're like, where are our business cards? Like we really don't like physical ones, but
we have the physical business cards. But even broader than that, Claudia, when you think about online presence, you know, it's not like just your color scheme or logo, or it's the impression that you leave on people.
Yes.
And how you're perceived when you're not in the room. And so I know we have a bunch of different audiences joining us on these education edition calls. You know, we have students, and when you're a student, you know, your brand is what helps you stand out when you're looking for like internship opportunities and doing job searches. For educators, it helps you build that credibility and opens doors to like speaking, writing, and leadership opportunities. But for our creatives, it really signals professionalism and helps attract clients and collaborators. And Claudio, I'm going to use you as an example.
Mm-hmm.
When I look at like your YouTube feed or even your Instagram feed, if I'm like scrolling through, you know, on Reels or something, I know right away without even seeing you pop on the screen whether I'm watching a Claudio Zavala joint. It's like it's a look, it's a feel, it's all those things that provide that aesthetic to what we're going to be seeing.
Well, yeah. Well, I appreciate that you said a Claudio's you're watching a Claudio,
Claudio
like
Zavala, so
A
we're going
Spike
to
Lee reference there.
Spike Lee
Yeah,
quote, yeah.
that's so cool. Like
Well,
to
the
be,
Knicks are in the finals. Spike Lee is very much top of mind for me right
oh
now.
yeah, yeah. And so we're gonna be diving into like doing all of this, and how we can use like Adobe Express to do that. And like I mentioned, Firefly, building like also how to set up like a quickly. We'll show you like how to set up a brand in Adobe Express, and yeah. So I'm really excited. I think Jesse, we have a an ambitious like schedule,
We
like what we.
we when Claudio and I met to plan this out, we were like, let's just throw it all in. And Claudio, you should actually, as I'm talking, you should jump in. And by the way, shout out some of our friends are just joined. We got Michael Clear in the chat. We have people joining us from Honduras, but it's going to be a very ambitious amount of stuff we're going to try to cover. But guess what? If you missed anything, don't sweat it because you can
Yeah,
find
rewatch it.
all these tutorials on the real Claudio Zavala Jr.'s channel, which he'll give you the how to get there later. But we have you
Exactly.
covered. So sit back, enjoy, pop questions into the chat if you're here on the live stream. And Claudio, let's jump in.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna just to reiterate what you were saying about like how a strong personal brand. Just think of like the pillars, clarity.
Yep.
You know who you are, what you do, consistency, and it's like you said across all platforms, and
So
then
like what you
authenticity.
basically, it's not just those reels I was talking about, but like
Yeah,
the look and feel follows you wherever you go on all those
exactly.
platforms. It should have a consistent look feel.
And always authenticity is like really key, like just to be like who you are. And obviously we have influences like in people we follow, and you're like, wow, this is great, which I've done before. I've looked at others, and then but it's kind of like being a musician. I have these drummers that I look at and I see their styles, but then I make my own style based on what I've, the influences I have. And then it's like, oh, that's Claudio playing now. So kind of the same line. So, all right. So, you're looking at Adobe Express here. So the first thing I want to do is build a logo. Set up a logo. And so I'm using, I'm here in Adobe Express. Right now I'm not using the EDU version. So I'm in the main Adobe Express, but you'll be able to do this. But so I want to
Whatever
set,
version you're using,
yeah, whatever version you are using. So I'm going to scroll down here to where we have our quick edits, which we call quick actions. Now they're called quick edits. So I'm going to click on view all here and just scroll through here. And let me type in up here. I'm going to type in logo.
And while Claudio's doing that, I think our whole team would agree. Quick edits is the most like undervalued,
Yes.
underutilized part of Adobe Express. That's really where you're going to get value for doing most of these kind of personalized things that you want to accomplish beyond just creativity.
100%. And so I just, like I said, I typed in logo. So we have our logo maker, which if you're, I was talking about like it's not all about the logo, but what I'm going to do here is last week I was Wezzy, our teammates Wezzy and Ann did a fantastic job on talking about like audiograms. And during one of the things I typed in something that like it kind of sparked like maybe I'm gonna launch this. So I'm just gonna build this like logo for this maybe a podcast that I might start in the future, or a vlog cast or whatever. But so here it is. It's gonna be just because it fits right. It's gonna be audio with Claudio.
It. By the way, a lot of his videos, Michael Clear threw a comment in the chat. If I'm watching a Claudio reel, it probably has instant 360 footage. So he already has that like that vloggy vibe going on.
Yeah. And so now my slogan, like Jesse, me, I'm not one that like I'm not one that like toots my own horn. I'm not one that, so this is, I feel I'm like so like okay, the little slogan, big idea, small doses, all Claudio. Like I like it's awkward for me to say that about myself.
Okay, you know what?
But
This is for demonstration purposes.
demonstrate.
Okay, we're creating a brand here. This is like the fictional
Yeah.
Claudio brand. It's not his actual brand.
Okay, so we're gonna go click on next, and so now what I'm gonna do is choose an icon. Now, since I'm talking about this being kind of like audio, like we're just gonna be maybe spoken messages. So I typed in audio here to find an icon that represents kind of like a wavelength, or maybe I'll do a microphone. So maybe let's I think I might do let's look at a microphone because um
I like the idea of doing the microphone or the waveform. The waveform's kind of cool because you could do a lot with it even beyond
yeah.
that structure. But everyone knows if you're seeing that, everybody knows exactly what it is.
Yeah. And so I think I'm gonna go like with here's like the problem that I have whenever I see is there's so many great ones. I'm like, okay, which one am I gonna go with? So you know what? Here we go. Boom, right there.
It's
We're gonna
okay.
go
You
with
don't
that
have
one.
to use this moving forward. This is just
Exactly.
right.
We
This
can
is just
change.
a sample.
We can change. Now, if you've never seen the logo maker before, just FYI, when you are going through and using the wizard, it's walking you through and you're deciding what to use. The next step is like you get to decide like the style, the look of the logo. So you've got minimal, bold, elegant, organic, and so you have like what does that mean? So I'll just choose organic. So it's kind of I like the less is more kind of motto. Then you've got the bold, which is going to be like very like strong colors, like those contrast colors. Like you've got those bright yellows. Um, Elegant is basically is going to be that, and we have minimal,
And while
like I
Claudio's
said,
looking through, this can
less
feel
is
very
more.
overwhelming. Like I know people, like if you're diving right in, you're like, I don't know what choices, I don't know what to do. One thing that you could do before you even get started with like diving into the tool is start to collect things that you like when you see them on the internet. You see different websites, you see different like images, or you see different styles from other people. Start to bring those things together because we're not going to go through it here, but there are tools that we
Mhm.
have in the Adobe world that actually will help you start to identify color palettes and things from resources that you like. But I think we always start with this idea of start with kind of identifying the things you love, and that will help you craft that balanced aesthetic that you're looking for.
Yeah. So I'm gonna this little robot. Even though I'm not gonna have a robot on mine, I'm gonna customize this one. So I'm gonna click on that
You
one.
don't have to explain yourself like that.
Yeah, yeah, no,
We're holding you to this.
yeah. Okay, so look, I just kind of
Oh,
I love that I love that look. So
oh,
now I've got this here. So here's the cool thing. Like I can download now, and basically this is done. So what I'm gonna do though is I always recommend going to edit more because then it saves it into your account. So we're gonna click on edit more, and then now I can go through and make some further edits. So we're gonna do some editing here. We're gonna increase the size of this logo here, or I should say the icon, and I'm gonna center it up right about there. And then I've got this text right here at the bottom. That's like the slogan, and then this is the basically the title. And so maybe put it down here. Keep it simple. One you know, or if I don't want to use the slogan again, I can keep this
you can
in or
change the color. You could put it over the
over it. Yeah,
lots of
up here
options.
at the top. And if I want to get creative, this is using the text layout feature over here on the left. I can even maybe arch it, and if I want to kind of like set it right up there.
Ah.
And so let's try that out, see how that looks. Yeah, that looks. You
Oh,
know,
come
I
on.
I can fine tune it a little more, but I'm gonna go ahead and go with that right there. We're gonna
That's
keep that.
cool.
Let's group that. And now, as far as like colors, so I've kind of got some colors in mind. And so I'm gonna go ahead and I've got the say the hex code ready to go.
As you're doing that, by the way, shout out to Andy who just put in the chat what I was describing before, but I was not wording correctly. But personal mood board was what I was looking for.
Personal mood board. Yep. Okay, so there we go. I've got that. That's like kind of like the color kind of I want to go with this one right here. And so one thing I'm going to do here that we always forget as we get into Adobe Express on the top left, we have whoops, not that. That's not what I have to do. I want to click why is it doing that to me? Oh, here we go. Up here. We're going to rename this thing. Okay, why is it? All right, let's try one more time. And stored. I want to change the name.
Tim gave a
There it
shout
is.
out
Watch.
to using the microphone, said it's very nostalgic. I think that's his polite way of calling you old, but it's okay. We're here for it.
Yes.
Audio is very nostalgic.
Nostalgia, yeah. Okay, so here we go. Audio with Claudio. All right, so I've got the logo, like I've got the logo made. So this is going to come into play for the rest of our time together because I'm going to incorporate this into the into all the other projects that we're going to work on now.
And that goes to that consistency pillar that you were talking
Yeah.
about before.
And so while I'm here, just to note, over here on the left hand side, we have our brands little button right here. It says create on brand together. And so I'm just going to show you when I click here, it's going to show me the brands that are currently in my account. And right up here, because you can do this while you're out in the from the main page, or you can do it while you're inside a project. I'm going to click on this little icon, says create. So we're going to create a brand new, I'm going to say manual setup. We're going to call this audio with Claudio.
For our
Mm.
listeners, I would just let you know that he loves this brand. This is our sample for now, but expect to see an audio with Claudio brand coming very soon.
All right, so now I've created the brand. I'm gonna add a logo right here. So now it says upload logo, but I don't need to upload a logo because it's right in here. Let's go back to brands, and we're going to add a logo. Oh, what? Okay, I'm gonna actually do this here. Let's us go to, there we go, logo graphic. It always wants me to. Okay, we're gonna do something here. I'm gonna go back to the home page. There's multiple ways to get this done. Here we go. Brands,
Right on the left hand side of the screen.
brands. Here it is, the brand that I just made in the project. I'm going to click on that. We've got graphics. Okay, I guess it wants me to. What I wanted to do here. We're gonna back up. We're gonna download this PNG, and we're gonna go ahead and go back home. Go back to brands, audio with Claudio. All right, now we're gonna add the logo here. Upload it. There it is. Now I'm gonna add the colors that I just one of the colors that I just use. And we're going to, wow, this is, there we go. There we go. Paste that color here. I've
It
got,
is very keeping some type of record of all of your hex codes is definitely a worthwhile endeavor.
exactly. And so I've got a document over here with the hex codes already saved. So
Exactly.
highly recommend, saving them like Jesse, like you were saying. Otherwise, you're gonna be trying to figure out what they are. Okay, so those are the color palettes right there. And I've got the logo here. Now, one thing about like logos that you might want to do, and I should have done this while I was in the other project, which we can easily fix that. I'm back on your stuff. I'm just going to open this up one more time. Um, I'm going to create a duplicate of this project. So down here on the bottom, we're going to duplicate this, and I'm going to select the icon, and we're going to change the color to like a black. I'm going to do the same to my text. And now what I'm going to do is download this once again, but I'm going to go transparent. Oh, hold on. Let's change. Let's take out the color in the back. There we go. Download. There it is. Transparent. So that way I can use the logo.
I was about to, in what remember, you're going to be using this across all different types of
Yeah.
content. Some's going to be dark, some is going to be light. So you need to be able to have both options of those logos for whichever type of content you're presented with.
And one more time, I'm going to do the same thing with my color. And again, this takes a little bit of time to get like your branding set up. But once you get it done, again, this is the first time you're doing this. What you want to
There.
do
And you could go
is,
back and tweak it and revise it over time, but you have it to pull into whatever project you want.
yeah. So now I've got my main one, and I got like the alternates. Thinking my sports analogy. We got the away and home uniforms, and then we
That's
got
his
the
City Connect logo.
City Connect one. Yes, there we go. All right. So I've got the logo set up. The other thing I want to do is maybe I have a font that I like to use. So we're gonna go ahead and see if I can find the font. We got Belfort. I think it's one. Let's see if we can find Belfort.
And by the way, one of my favorite things in Adobe Express, and I've shared this on other Adobe Live episodes, recommended fonts. when you are choosing a font in a project, it will give you recommended fonts, which are kind of like similar to the fonts that I mean, you'll never be able to search through this entire font gallery for what you're looking for. There's thousands of fonts. So use that recommended font feature as a way. And even you can see in the results, it's giving some recommended fonts that are similar to what he's asking for. Choose one and start from there, and you'll be
Yeah.
able to find exactly what you're looking for.
All right, so let's wrap this up right here really nicely. This is another font that I like to use, Babus. There we go. Okay, so I've got the fonts, regular body. So as you can see right there, I can select like which font if I want the role of the font. So if I want this to be like my header, and then I can make this one be kind of like the body. So I can alternate between all those different ones. All right. So we got the logo ready to go, Jesse. So now
There you go.
let's move on to like one of our projects. So one of the things we want to, like, again, we have an ambitious
I don't
schedule.
want to
So
tell him we're behind schedule already, but it's fine.
no.
Very happy.
Okay. So one of the things like I wanted to share is like if you've ever, like, Jesse, you've been asked to present or like keynote at events, and you might already have something ready to go, but like, like a quick graphic that someone can see like who you are, what you do, and a moment's notice, like here it is, and it's just so they can see like a profile. So I think of it as like a personal personal branding, like a one pager that has kind
Well,
of like your info.
one of the challenges, and you talk about this all the time, we get asked for headshots, but a lot of the times you can't possibly predict all of the different angles and possible things you need when you're getting that image, right? So it's like, how do I get a tweaked version of that image when I don't have the photographer and the entire setup still here to do that?
Yeah. So what I did is I on the homepage I just did a search of let's see, we're gonna go Express templates here, one pagers, branding one pager. So like this one's fantastic right over here, all about me right here.
I like that.
All these different ones. So you can take any of these and kind of tweak them. So I'm actually gonna go with that one because I kind of like the way that looks.
It looks
You
really
know,
cool.
it looks really neat, and it kind of gives you like some sections to kind of add your information. So we're gonna go. I'm gonna heart this favorite. That way you can come back at any time and find it in your favorites. I always like pointing that out. All right, so let's make this a Claudio one. So basically, like, Jesse, I'm just gonna go start going through here and putting my information. This is one, this, which is, that's a fantastic photo. But I'm gonna swap it out. So we're just gonna go through here, and
Well, you have to swap it out. It is not Claudio Zavala Jr.
I was saying it's a great photo. So what I have is this is, if you don't have this, I highly recommend to do this. We have we create all this content that we share on social. We have to have like photos of ourselves ready to go for social media and content. So I've got a folder where all these different photos that I'll interchange for different ones. So I'm gonna go with like the one that I've been using. Kind of, this has been like my standard one. So I'm gonna go and use that one right there. So easy swap out. And then if you got the fun facts. Now, for the sake of time, I'm gonna edit a few of these things out, but I'll leave some of the other items here. So I'm
But
gonna
this is
say
a
here.
perfect example of, okay, I'm making this and adding the content I want, but it still doesn't have that Claudio Zavala look feel that we talked about before, where it's like, I'm looking at this and I know it's representative of Claudio and Claudio's brand. So that's where we could take the initial template, but we want to really tweak it to give that personalized brand vibe. So how do
Yep.
we do that?
Okay, so now what I'm doing first off is going through and swapping out the like the links, like for example, like the website down there, and then I'm gonna have my like social handle down here. So let's social socials, and I just put like that right there. And again, we're gonna go change that, swap out another photo here, replace. So I'm gonna do these things, and then we're gonna get to the branding piece, like the brandify. There used to be a button called brandify in the original like Spark and Express, which I used to love. Like, I'm gonna brandify it. So
Now we're
I'm still
talking
gonna
like very old school.
very old school, yeah.
Very old.
Um, and I'm gonna use this This is one from that we took from our one of our photo shoots at one time. That's like a
This would be what I was talking about before, where it's like we can't get all the angles, but they're like, take a picture like this, and now smile, and now
yeah.
pointing up,
And
pointing over
also,
here, pointing
you were
down.
talking, you were mentioning like you want like so people know who you are, authenticity, like let people see who you are. It's like silly, fun, whatever whatever it is. All right, so again, for the sake of time, I'm gonna leave some of these other items
Yeah, how do we give this
unedited.
whole thing the look
Okay, so
feel?
now I need to make it Claudio style. So all right, so we did a little bit of the work before building that brand. So now we're gonna head over here to brands. And then immediately it already has this one, but I'm just gonna back up. So when you hit brands, you're gonna see all the different brands that you have available that you've created, or maybe others have shared with you. So
And
like for example,
you actually are highlighting something really important. People can share brands with you, so
yeah,
brands are shareable. So a lot of times when Claudio and I are doing branding workshops, it's because we're working with either a school or a club or an organization that has their colors already, but they want to share that throughout their organization so that multiple people have access to that brand. So it's important to know any brand you create, you can share out with others so that they have that same color palette and all the different graphics to go with it.
exactly. So here it is, audio with Claudio, and now up here at the top, this is a beta. This is something new that just popped up. So I'm not gonna hit that because I haven't played with that. Run brand check. Well, actually, let's see what happens.
Nothing like
It's
trying something live on the air that we've never done
yeah. Let's
before.
see. Checking for brand compliance. Okay, so look. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's kind of cool.
It's giving you
Your color's not
accessibility
on brand.
information.
Yeah, so it's basically it's taking my brand, what I have here, and it's running a test. So it's saying like the background uses this color, your color is this color. All About Me uses alkaline, replace it with your font. That's actually kind of cool. That's
So
actually a
it's
new
giving
feature.
you change by change.
Yeah, change by
So instead
change.
of just applying the brand, you could choose which changes you want to make.
So let's see. Let's fix all the issues. I'm gonna click fix all. Cool. Uh, I'm gonna undo just because I'm gonna go and manually I'm gonna do this because I didn't like the way the background looks. So I'm gonna go over here where it says apply brand. Here the cogwheel. So you can see here I'm gonna choose to not recolor graphics. I'm going to apply my fonts and apply my colors. So it's pretty much the same thing, but this one's kind of a new feature here. So all right. So if you notice, you see how it changed the color of my text. Now the shapes, I notice. Here's the thing, Jesse. Here's why these did not change. It's one thing to be aware, everyone, as you are working with content like this. I'm just gonna do this with this one here. We're gonna just delete that. Is these shapes? These aren't actually shapes; they're images. So
Oh.
when we went through the
It's not going to change
changing
an
out
image. It's going to change any shapes or things. Yes.
now, what we could do is
We gotta in the chat from Andy channeling and Cosmo push all the buttons.
yeah, push all. That's what we did. Push in all the buttons. Thanks, man. So I'm gonna go here to effects because we can here come
Change
into
that
tones
color and
and we can do colorize. I don't know why it has that cross right there. That's interesting.
I
Let's
love the
undo.
fact though that brand check is actually telling us where some of those issues might be. So that gives you the opportunity to kind of tweak the brand and really get it tight for whatever content you're gonna be using it for.
I think I know what's going on. It says probably okay. That's an image. Interesting. So that is an image right there. So it's not actually. See, you see right there. It has. So let's see. Let's do. There we go. Oh, that's probably not. Won't work. Yeah, I'm gonna go with white here. Okay, there we go. So these are, it's like, I guess it's an image. Interesting. This template had like an image there. So I can go through here and change this out so that way it matches, so we got that. I think this one's not too bad, but I'm going to go one more time. We're going to,
Remember, you do not have to use this, Claudio, after we are done. So
exactly. This is again, demo time. All right. A couple more right here. We'll fix up. And one thing that even though like I selected some of these colors and it even though like white was not in my standard like batch of colors that I said would be my brand, white, black, and like gray are always like colors that you can use because you know if anything ever gets printed, it's going to be in black and white anyway. So you could always change it out to white. But it's one of those colors like you can add it as part of your as your like your brand in addition to your colors. Okay. Again, for the sake of time, I think I'm gonna leave this right here. So now, like I said, I've one more thing that I'll do to my forgot here. Okay, this is gonna bug me just a slightly little bit, so we're gonna go
So
ahead and
while
fix
Claudio
this.
is fixing that, what we've done so far is we've created the logo, we've created the brand, which features the logo as well as the color palette that we want to use. And then what Claudio's finishing up right now is the one pager that's kind of like a not my business card, but kind of like here's my one sheet all about me with my information, with links to my stuff. That one pager you could use that kind of introduces you as a brand.
Yeah. All right. Now, um, going back to my speaking of brand, since we just mentioned brand, so here we go. Now we're gonna click on the logo right here, and I'm gonna use this black one. And let's see, where did it drop it in? We're gonna go through and look at our layers. Should have dropped it in. Oh, here we go. Actually, there it is. Oh, I used the wrong one. Let's go back. There it is. So now, look at that. So now it's like in my document. Like again, easily just since I
Love it.
made that, now I can drop it in and use this. So one pager, download this as a PNG or like if you're gonna print them out or something like you can have on your phone and just like bump another person's phone. Hey, I'm gonna share this one pager with you. So there it is. There is our one pager, our personal branded one pager there, and just again using
Okay.
one of the
So
what templates in there.
So we've done the logo, we've done the brand kit, we've done the one pager. What are we moving on to next?
Okay, so now
I would add the only tweak I would make to this page. It says all about me, Claudio Zavala Jr. I think it should be all about the Claudio Zavala Jr.
all right, there we go. All about the.
That's right.
That's funny. There we go. There we go. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna one of the I want to highlight this. So you saw some my the photos. I've got these photos right here, and what I want to do is like recently on LinkedIn, I've had the same photo on my profile where it's just like front facing. Um, we have like photos that we take that when we got our initial badges, So it was like I've had that same one out there, and I was like, I need to change it, but
Ah,
I was like, I want to change it out. So I'm gonna jump into Firefly a little bit because I'm talking about like taking a photo and like reframing a
and this
headshot.
is what I had referenced before about the like sometimes we just need a different we never know when we're taking pictures in preparation for all this stuff. We're gonna do exactly what we're gonna need. And
Yeah.
if you go back and look through some of the promos that Claudio's posted of us, like we're not holding microphones when we're talking the thing. That was not here. Firefly hates me, but it's okay. It's you know.
So you can do it multiple ways. Use it, create, like edit an image. But I just because like I love using boards for stuff like this. Um,
If you haven't already gone back and
yeah,
checked out some of the episodes, and Claudio did and Wesley did one of using Firefly boards. Firefly boards are such an incredible resource, and like a project, it's there, it's saved. You could always go back to it and update it with more information. It basically becomes this collective space where you can create anything off of well, I'll say a data set, but really it's images. Kind
yeah,
of like when Andy referenced the mood board before.
yeah,
Same thing. You could create that here and have it generate off of that.
yeah. And so I'm going to start a new board just to because I'm probably gonna end up doing this eventually with some of my photos is changing them out, editing them so that I have multiple like versions of it. So all right, so let me add some photos from my device. So we're gonna go ahead and just like grab a few of these right here. Let's go with this one right here. That's got this front shots right there, and let's do I think that'll work for now.
I like how he's making it seem like they're totally random, but you know in his head he's like, these are my best shots. These are
Okay. So here we go. We're gonna drop these in here. I'm gonna drop
these
these
are
in
my
here.
best Claudio photos right here.
Okay, so these I'm gonna just use these because I eventually might play with some of these other ones. So we're gonna come down here to generate image. And because again, I'm gonna use this like for like the social, like our your little profile photo. And so thinking about like a headshot, framing it and stuff like that, and something you use for like your LinkedIn, your banner or your profile. So let's go to I'm gonna click here. We're gonna grab this photo right here. So now I've got that one loaded, and we have our Firefly model, and then we have our partner model. So I'm going to go ahead and use Nano Banana 2 for this one. And I'm going to say, let's go with a portrait photo. And so this is where the prompt, we're going to see the prompt here. So I'm going to say, have the person rotate and smile. Let's see, rotate head and smile. Okay, actually, I'm gonna say slightly.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Because
If you're not specific, you're gonna get something
yeah,
you're not expecting.
slightly rotate head to the right and smile. And so I'm gonna actually keep that prompt, and we're gonna swap out the photo, and I still have that same prompt. I'm gonna have it do the same with that one. And let's see what we get. So now in my like I said, my profile, my photo, oh, it looks like he still had okay, so he smiled, but he didn't rotate. So let's say, oh, look at that. There we go.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, there he goes. So look at what we were able to do. Take that exact image and now modify it in such a way that we're getting exactly what we need to kind of represent what we. And I think it's funny, Claudia, because you're doing basically the same positioning as the other one where you're wearing the hat. It's like that same side angle pose.
Yeah. And so again, now what we have is I'm gonna go ahead and download this right here, which because I'm in my account, it'll still show up in my history, but I'm just gonna go ahead and download
And you
just so
may
I can
want to
have it.
screenshot this because this is your only opportunity to ever get a picture of Claudia without his hat. So
Oh,
rare,
yeah, there it is.
rare appearance here.
Look at that. All right. And so one of the things I love about this, because like, so I actually took these photos here in my office. So it's like my photos that I have. And again, I have a wall here that's now has a bunch of frames and photos. And for me to redo this, I would have to take all that down, set up my camera. Um, but I could just use the magic of Firefly to help me with this. All right. So I've done this in Firefly. So now let's jump back over to Express. And so let's take and let's search for a template for, let's do LinkedIn banner. And let's go with Express templates. All right, so check that out. Okay, cool. So I've got like this one over here. And I know like LinkedIn has like the banner and you already have your profile, but it's like if you want to add your photo to your banner, that's a great way. So let's go with this one right here. Customize this one. And here we go. So let's see if let's look at your stuff here. I'm gonna see if it shows up.
Well, now he has the beautiful side photo that we did not have earlier. So
Yeah.
you're real set to go. And notice she's in the same positioning. Side, they want side.
Okay, so let's
If
go
you're wondering,
list.
if you're out there and you're like, what do I need to do to get a job? The answer is side pose.
Side,
You need side pose.
side poses. All right. Okay, there we go. We got that photo. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do the magic down here. Oh, actually, before I do that magic, let's go with change this out right here. It's about Junior, and let's go ahead and let's go with the socials right here. And I'll leave that number. Unfortunately, everybody, I'm not going to share my number on here.
Not his real number. I can't get over that still. That's so wild. It's just
The
Fire,
photo.
wow, Firefly Boards is such a what a win.
Oh gosh.
What a
Yeah, I
win.
think I'm gonna go through that and like swap out a bunch of them. Now, let's go since we have already done this. Let's go brands. Boom. And I'm gonna add that right there. Maybe we'll drop it. Maybe make it a
I
little
like that right
smaller.
there spot. Yep.
Maybe drop it over here. And actually, what I'll do here is let's go this audio with Claudio. Again, this is going to be like the launch of the new. There we go. Audio with Claudio. All right, now we're gonna go brands. We're gonna apply colors and fonts. Oh, look at that. Can they?
Got your brand right in there.
Yeah, because very nice. And so I can go in here. Let's fine tune this. It's like I said, using like white and black is, even though it's like I said, it's not in your brand. Those are the colors that kind of universal that you can
But yeah,
use in a lot of
those
designs.
go with everything, and
Yeah,
also those are your standouts. That's how you
yeah.
make things kind of pop off the page.
Now, if I want to, I'm going to duplicate this and let's replace this with the other one. There it is. Look at that.
Oh boy.
That's so crazy, man. I
It's
just wanna,
wild.
I
It's
mean,
wild.
look at that. From this one right here. Like, yeah, that's so
Mario
good.
will never have to take another photo again if he doesn't want to. He will just
Man,
update them over time.
yeah, it's like the magic of Firefly, and then taking it in here in Express and using it. So very,
I want
very
to highlight that one of the things here as you're doing this, and you can keep editing if you want while I'm talking, but
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's one of the things we talk about all the time is kind of finding those power mashups of how do we like utilize each tool to you know optimize the work we're doing, right? So it's like while I can do everything in Express, it's always great if you can to bring in some of the other tools where you can get that outcome that you're really looking for. Like in this case, I really want to find actually we have a question in the chat. Can you show us how to do that again in Firefly? Like real quick. Like is there another maybe you need another pose or something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah, let's do that. I'm just playing with this right here. Okay, so I'm gonna jump back to Firefly really quick right here, and let's go ahead and I'm gonna do this.
The key and just while he's doing because I could talk through the process.
Yeah, go ahead.
So he has all these photos in the board. That doesn't mean that's what's going to be referenced in the image. It means it's a place for us to have all these images collectively together. So in where Claudio is putting the prompt, he's able to add the specific. Oh my God! Please tell me that's not real. Uh,
That's a real photo.
reference images for. So notice, so these images are all in here. He can use any of them at any given time. But notice how now he has the prompt in for turning the side pose. But what he's going to do is select a different image from his board. In this case, I'm guessing he's choosing microphone, headphone guy,
Yeah,
which actually goes perfectly with the
yeah.
audio with Claudio theme.
All
So
right.
now we want to turn this one to the side. So he's written the prompt. He's chosen the specific photo he wants to use from Firefly Boards. Now let's see what we get.
Yeah. So, and then I also did one to the right, one to the left. So let's see how it turns
And what's cool
out.
is the whatever the result is will stay in the oh wow. That will stay in the board. So notice his resultant photo just becomes another photo that goes in the board. So it all goes in the board, and you could always pull any of those in at any given time. So think about if you've seen some of Claudio's work where he does like things that have a sequence to them. That's because he's all using one board to create those.
This
And
is
I will
wild.
say, I don't want to spoil anything, but Claudio's been working on something for a very long time, and I had a sneak peek at the board, and it's really
Oh,
cool. It's really cool
yeah.
how a long-term project can develop using one board.
Okay. So just
I
oh,
didn't
there we
want to
go.
plug your spot, Claudio, but
No,
yeah.
no, that's good. Yeah, I'm. It's one of those little projects that I've been working on. It's when it's revealed to me, I'm pretty excited about. Okay, there it is, and I think you're absolutely like, um,
That's
Now,
cool. I like this one.
now,
Actually, I like this one the best.
yeah, I think I'm gonna go here, replace that one with the one that I just generated. Here it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think you're absolutely, that fits this one just
it
right.
fits the
Yep.
theme, man. And what's cool is that that headphone pops. And by the way, let's say for branding purposes, we're like, we really want the headphones to match the brand. We can always say that to Firefly, like move them to the side and change the color of the headphones
Yeah.
to this text color,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
it will work.
It'll work. Yeah.
For
So
now, for,
yeah.
for time purposes, Claudio, I'm keeping you on track. We have
No,
10
that's good.
apps, so like that's a we could do it, but we're not gonna do it now. But now, so like again, quick recap if you're just popping in, we've done logos, we've done brand kits, we've done one pagers, we've done LinkedIn banners.
Now we're gonna do some I'm gonna look a business card, but we're gonna let's make sure we have a space in between. Now we're gonna use some business card templates, but we're gonna convert these into digital versions of them. And so Jesse, like when we go to conferences and events, people are always like, there's always like, let's contact, do you have your
Yeah.
information? And rather than like, all right, let me text you or text me, like this is one thing you can have on your phone and have it as like a digital business card. So we're gonna do that here. So I'm gonna go ahead and use and it's okay that it's not vertical because again I'm gonna have it on my phone. I'm gonna go ahead and use let's see, again it's so hard to choose because there's so many great templates. I'm gonna go with this one right here and I'm gonna customize this. And so what we're gonna do here, Elizabeth,
And by the way, the digital version is great as he's editing because you could share it as an image via like text message, email, social media. Some people even use it as like a secondary like contact card image, right? But the
yep.
goal, one quick share, you have everything they need to reach you.
Yeah. So now what I'm going to do here, so I'm going to resize this. And actually, first off, I don't need this second one. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. So I just got this one page. We're going to resize this. I'm going to go 1080 by 1920. So it's like it'll fit like on my phone.
Right.
We're gonna resize it. And cool. So like because the Firefly inside here in Express is giving me like several examples to try out. I'm going to go ahead and go with that one there. And now I get to do a little bit of like shuffling. So if you see like the photo right here, we're gonna grab these. We're gonna move this up here to the top. And this is a really nice little like an element right here. I'm just gonna kind of
It's
do that
nice
right
now that
there.
you're dealing with shapes as opposed to images, so you're not dealing with some of those challenges of like,
Yeah.
you know, and as you can imagine, when Claudio finally does apply the brand kit, it's just going to basically instantly change it to the colors we want.
And so here we go. We're gonna go up and let's go ahead now. Okay, just for that, we're gonna do this. Oh, hold on. Education. All right, so we've got this. We're gonna move this, and we're gonna kind of center it with everything else. We've got our photo here, so we're gonna do. This is a little bit of work, and this is a little tricky right here. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try to do this justice and do this as fast as I can. Okay, so we've got this photo. We're gonna replace it, and I'm gonna replace it with like one of my front-facing ones. So let's go back to desktop, faces, and we're gonna go. Let's go back to. This is the one I pretty much use all the time now. Let's go with that one right there. Okay, so I've got my photo. For the sake of time, I'm actually just going to leave it like that instead of going through and trying to remove the background. It's a little bit tricky, but if you want to learn how to do like this, if you want to learn how to do that, I've got some videos on how to do that, so you can check those out. So, all right. Now, this next thing that I want to do, Jesse, is first off, I'm going to grab this. I'm going to make this a bit bigger. I'm going to grab that like that. And we're going to go. Where do you think we're going to go to brands, everybody? Brands. And I'm going to
apply. Boom.
Apply colors. Boom. There we go.
Yeah. And again, remember, even though black and white are not in that palette, they're going to work with that color scheme.
Okay. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do here, this is like, I'm going to have a little fun with this next piece here is, let's center that so that we got this. And maybe we'll go through it and let's make these a little bit bigger. Okay, so we're like, all right, Claude, so how are you going to share your information with this? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I have a link here. Let me copy my link over here. So we're going to use, I'm going to open up a new Express page here. And we're going to, right there, right on the main page. This is one of the things I've always thought I would go, like, it's never going away. I think just to create, generate QR code. Like that's, I think that's something that's going to
Love
stay.
the QR code. And by the
Yeah.
way, even now when we go out in the field and we're sharing out like our community love, like but the backgrounds on my phones are basically QR codes, which if you're thinking about this from a personal branding standpoint, having that available where it will go to your digital website. And I know we're probably not gonna have time to do all the full website building on
Yeah.
this one, but like that's gold because
Yeah.
you basically get people routed into the exact entry point that you want them finding out information about you. And in some ways, that's even better, Claudio, if you could route them to like an interest form or even your LinkedIn, some type of landing page that's going to allow them to connect with you on a more regular basis or become part of your ecosystem.
Yeah. And so, really quick, everyone, just main page, you're going to see QR, quick edits again, generate QR code. I have my link, and you'll see right here, it's generating some examples right here, which I don't need to use because I just need the QR code. And what I'm going to do is now I'm going to download it, open an editor so it saves. I'm just going to leave that right there. Now, what we're going to do here, we're coming back to this, add content, media, upload from device. I got my downloads. Let's see here. Okay, there it is.
Boom.
So now we're going to download this.
And actually, you know, it's funny because we were talking about this. We weren't, I think in theory, we were talking about this as digital business card, but we weren't really thinking about this. But how perfect would that look on my phone? Not my phone, but Claudio's phone. Meaning that's exactly what we're talking about is having your contact information, everything out there for someone to be able to scan and get right to all that deeper information.
Okay, so now you guys are seeing like my process here. So here we go. So what I'm doing right now is just sending this to my, just so you guys can see how it looks like, on your phone, or I should say on my phone. All right, let's try it one more time.
That's what I was saying when I said how great would this look on my phone. I really meant on a phone, specifically your phone. So we do not recommend that you all oh, look at that.
Here
Boom.
we go. So now I'm at an event. People are like, "Hey, what's your contact info?" Oh, here you go. You can scan. And this is a really cool little. This takes this. It had like all my information.
And that's where you send them to because they can't click on that when he has that on his phone, but you
Correct.
can
Yeah.
put them there in order
Yeah.
to get that contact. And by the way, shout out to our new teammate Andy. You may know Andy Knieven. He just had a great suggestion. You use that when you're heading to like conferences or any type of gathering. Like you when you want to get, you just built your brand kit, your online identity. Now you got to pull people in. So
Yeah.
you're gonna pull people in with your online content, but when you're out there in the field doing your thing, you need to have another way to kind of funnel those people into your brand as well.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, all right. So I think we're probably. I don't think we can get started on another project here. But
Well, do
so
you no projects, but do you have any last minute like
yeah,
things we didn't talk about, but like last minute tips for staying on brand once today is over?
yeah. So like again, using take advantage of like the tool that's in Express as far as like the brand kit, like designing it, bring it in there. But again, remember the pillars like authenticity, um, like I've just gone blank on my on my on my top. So I just got to go back to my clarity. So people can see like clear a message,
Clarity,
who you are, what
consistency.
you are, consistency across all platforms, but also like when people see, like we mentioned, we did a shout out, but I'll shout out another, like Phil Palin. When I see his stuff, his is so consistent, like his brand, like it's like you can see, oh, that's a Phil, that's his.
Honestly, we could literally do an entire episode where we're just like, these are the people who influence us and how we create things,
Exactly.
right? But remember, clarity, consistency,
Authenticity.
authenticity.
Yeah. But it like keep some like quick tips. Have a folder with like all your photos. Like you could easily bring them into like use something like Firefly, or if you want to use Firefly and create boards, bring all your photos in there so that you can always go back and like, I need one with this outfit or this color, and then you can tweak it. Use the same prompt for multiple images. So have a folder with images. Have like a oh my god, a board ready in Firefly that you can use to manipulate images. You were gonna
Claudio,
say something,
before
Jesse?
before we jump off, you mentioned a lot of the videos you have, the tutorials you have. Where can everyone find those?
So if you just search Claudio Zavala on all the platforms, YouTube,
There aren't
social,
a bunch of them.
yeah, I'm everywhere. It's the same.
Senior's
It's
not
just,
doing them. It's just junior.
yeah, it's Claudio Zavala Jr. Just find me. You should find that picture
And
right there. You should be able to
right,
find me.
and most importantly, before you sign off for this episode, again, we started with this. We're gonna end with this. Like and subscribe. Like
Yes.
and subscribe. You cannot believe what amazing content you are gonna find on this channel. We love it. We love being able to share with you every week. And we're gonna be back next week with another great episode of Adobe
Yeah. Thank you everyone for joining
Education
us.
Edition. Thank you so much.
Yeah. We'll see you all next week. Don't miss out.
Peace out.